Hello guys. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some side hustles that I've been doing so far that make me legit money and it's enough to pay your bills. Now, some of them you got to put in that work, and some of them it might not be for you, so that's all right. First, I did download an app called Wanolo, and I think there's like another app called WorkShift, and then another app called and oh my gosh, it's my stomach. I need to eat something. Instapay? No, Insta. I don't know, but you can do jobs like Uber Eats. You could do Postmates. You could be a courier. I'm not old enough to be a courier, but I'm looking. It looks like you can make a lot of money off of it, like Lenza or something. You got to be like 23. I don't know, 21, but I'm not 21 yet. So, I can't do that, but I sure as hell will when I do, because people making a lot of money off of that, and I don't mind driving around. I love driving. Um, right now I've been doing Uber Eats, and I'm trying to get myself into like some gigs. I figured out how to make websites off of information that I copied and pasted into an AI app, and it built the whole website for me. You could sell that. I, for one, right now, I don't want to tell you that's a stable income, because you have to have like negotiating skills. You have to have business skills. Like, you have to know, like, you have to think about it. Okay, so you build a website, okay, for people to order food off of, but you sell the website, but customers are unable to order food off of there. It doesn't work, or the restaurant doesn't get the orders, or the restaurant isn't receiving any requests for new orders. So that's just something like I thought about when I built the website. I was like, hold on, I gotta put all of these factors and stuff into this. If anything, you could just make a website with their menu and not the order thing. And if they want you to edit it, just charge them for that. But look into it. Make sure you know your stuff, because me personally, if it's gonna get me like a lawsuit or something, I ain't gonna do it, because I don't need that. I don't want that, and I sure as hell do not want to put myself in that position. So I mean, that's an option. If you're really good at website creation, do that. Okay, now I think I'm on like 3, 4. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. You can do Rover. You like dogs, you like cats, you could just do cats. Puppies, I love puppies. I love watching puppies. I love, like, it just brings so much joy to my heart. I love watching puppies. I can't watch humongous dogs, as I don't have enough space in my house for that. I have enough space for some small dogs, 5 dogs to the most, maybe 7. Um, but you have to know what you're doing, because dogs are gonna piss and shit every there and then. I don't know how people on Rover do it every there and then, but like the first night, I do not let them sleep outside of their crates unless like I know they're not gonna tear some shit up. But if they're tearing shit up before, like during the day, and they have toys, I don't trust it. A dog like tore up the wall and shit. You guys gotta be careful. Like, you really gotta watch him. It's not even like he didn't tear it up, but he was teething on it. But I got him. I got him a toy, and I got a bunch of treats. I got diapers. I got all this shit, because puppies, they gonna have accidents. It's normal. And senior dogs too. I mean, they're chill dogs. All you have to do is feed them and stuff. I had 2 male dogs and 1 female dogs. Naturally, the female dog was more snappy. It didn't matter if they got too close to her. She got too snappy, so I had to like kind of separate them. It wasn't a big hassle. I just had to like, give them some time out, give them some time in their crates, give them some time out, maybe put them outside for a little bit of time. But it's getting kind of hot, so just be careful when you put dogs outside for long periods of time. Not even long periods. I would just say like 10 minutes. Let them use the bathroom, get everything out. They're sniffing and shit. Go pick up the poop. I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm picking up the poop because I don't want a bunch of fucking dog poop in my backyard. Um, but you just have to make sure you watch them. Next, care.com. I do have an account on there, but I personally, I had some iffies, it's different when you're watching a family's child, like you have a family member, they have a baby, and you're watching them. But there's also other factors into it. Like, what if the child you're watching has undiagnosed um, health issues or something, and something were to happen and you're just freaking out? Like, that type of stuff I think about, because I just be like, if something really bad would feel terrible if something happened to somebody's child, like, and I didn't know, I wasn't aware, or they had like allergic reaction, I wasn't aware. Like, that's the stuff you should consider. I mean, I have been watching children for a while. I worked at a daycare and stuff, but it's kind of supervised. It's different when you're at somebody's house and you're watching their children, and you also don't know, like, every child's raised different, everything is different. You kind of just have to know your stuff. Again, it's something, if you like it, then do it. If you don't, then you don't. They also, on care.com, they do have some companies that are hiring on there. I did look at it, but I was like, it's not something. I specialize more in a different field than this field. Just make sure you make it clear. If you don't know something, do not take it. I mean, because it's probably gonna show, so just be careful. Just be careful, okay? Next. You could do Instacart. I hated Instacart. I hated it so much because people just canceled their fucking order because I was taking too long. But genuinely, bruh, how the fuck am I supposed to go through this whole store in 30 fucking minutes? And they just canceled. I was getting irritated. But then again, it wasn't the type of job for me. Uber Eats, yeah, I like it. I can get it done quick. I just stay in my area. Sometimes I'll ask family members if they have stuff for me to do for money, like cleaning. I'm really good at organizing. Also on care.com, you can clean stuff. What is it called? Housekeeping. You could be a housekeeper. You could be a housekeeper. You could be a housekeeper for a house of a bunch of kids, and it'll say all of the requirements in there. Some people require you to have degrees. Some people require you to know tutoring. Some people require you to know how to do laundry, clean the kitchen, maybe do a little bit of cooking. I don't know. They all have different requirements. Some people are looking for help. Okay, that's what care.com is, help. And especially Rover, help, because they can't watch their dog, or they need somebody to watch their dog or child while they get work done or go somewhere or go on a trip. They're trusting you with their loved ones. So you have to know what you're doing. It's not just something you do just for money. Some people just do it for money. I think that's about all that I could think about right now. Besides being a courier, also on Uber Eats, you will get offers if you continue to take small orders. Like, I really do get annoyed sometimes. I've always been good at tipping, and some people just, like, they tip you like $4 for like a 1 hour thing. Like, would you spend 1 hour on one order for $4 in tips? No. So I try to take orders closer to like $6 and over, like $6.50 and over, probably $7, because it's worth my time. I know in 30 minutes I'm gonna have $7. I know that in 40 minutes I'm gonna have $7 or $8. I know that if I take 3 orders, 7 times 3, 21. That's $21. That's an hourly pay right there, guys. And sometimes they'll add orders onto there, and you have to they'll be in like the same neighborhood. Like, I got 2 orders and it was less money, but I noticed that it was close to the other order and it was less miles. Cause you look at the miles, guys. Look at the miles. I learned that. Also, make sure you get your heating bag, whatever the fuck they're called. Get your bags and stuff, the insulated bags. Get one for the cold stuff, one for the hot stuff. I don't know how many orders you're trying to take on, or how your ranking is in there, like what level you are on Uber Eats, but make sure you have those bags. They really come in handy. First order, I did not have the bags. But luckily the lady was really nice and I didn't get a bad review. I'm not saying it melted, but who wants some defrost chicken nuggets? Not me. Although it happens, if I order nuggets and I'm driving around for a long time and they defrost, that's on me. I'll pop them bitches in the freezer real quick. But for other people, they can be very specific about what they want. I have gotten big Walmart orders and stuff. Some Walmart places do not wait no more than one. Don't wait no more than 15 minutes for a fucking order. Maybe 20 to the max. Because it depends on how much. Because say you're getting like 25, 30, okay? You can wait 30 minutes. Do not wait any longer than that, guys, because I spent 2 hours on my first order. I regretted it because I literally got nowhere that day. But I still ended up making about like $50 on my first day. 50, 60? I made about 50, 60 that first week, and then came down to about $180. And in my first week of doing Uber Eats, I made 185. 185, and that was pretty good. It's still on the low side, but it's enough to have, some pocket money. I'm aiming to do to earn like $70 because I only did 3 hours a day, guys. 3 to 4 hours a day. So that's not a full work day. That's only half a work day. So say I do 8 hours, then that means I could make 120 a day, which brings me down to more than enough for a week, at least to pay, like small bills, And if you're in like a busy area, I sometimes go to like Springfield and Arlington because those are more busier than the area that I'm in. Richmond is good. DC is good. I'm not going to DC, guys. I honestly do not want to drive to DC. I never want to go to DC again unless somebody else is driving. I'm not driving. I'm really not. What are some other things? If you're good at cleaning, you can contact like a family member and ask like, hey, can I clean this for you for money? Or you can sell plates of food. You can do a lot of things, guys. I mean, I know like, okay, you don't have a vehicle, all right? Ubers. You can order an Uber. And you can use care.com. You could be a housekeeper, or you could ask a family member for a ride and say you'll pay for some of their gas to get you from point A to point B. And Job Corp, I've never done it before. I was going to, but I didn't want to go that far away from home. I wasn't ready. You could do Job Corps, and I'll comment down below if I should make another video on some jobs that you can get into. Entry level, you don't really need any experience because I went in without any experience and I got the job. But of course, that calls for a clean background. You can't have no like charges or anything. You have to have your license and you have to have, you have to have your personal documents, you have to have your personal documents. And you might need to have transportation, but if you Uber all the time, then you're good. Just make sure you get to work on time. But I might put together a video for that, for some jobs that you can get right now, because this job, like this company, is like every fucking where. Now you're gonna have to be on your feet. If you don't like to be on your feet, then the job I'm talking about is not for you. But that will be all for today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.